Boxing Truth here. I had to talk a little bit about Keith Thurman, his career, recent statements about a future Hall of Famer, legendary fighter, and Manny Pacquiao. Now, Keith Thurman, he's finally getting the fights that he wants, that he's been calling for. He's finally getting some recognition. He's finally at that stage where we're gonna see how good he is, whether he can improve. We're finally seeing him in the fights that we've been wanting to see him for quite some time, and he's already 28 years old. He's going to be 29 later this year. And it's been a disappointing career for the most part because Heyman had him fighting wastemen, faded champions, no hopers, and pretty much has stalled his career. And he's been inactive as of late. Hasn't really fought too much lately. Only fought once last year. And finally, he's starting to get these fights. He's finally going to get a chance to unify. He's finally going to get a chance to finally beat an actual world champion and win his legitimate first world title, on paper at least. Not just getting promoted by a sanctioning body when their champion retired. Now he's going to get a chance to fight an actual champion, but he's going to be fighting the weakest champion in the welterweight division. He's going to be fighting not even a proven champion in the welterweight division. He's fighting the weakest champion in Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia has accomplished nothing at this weight. He's fought soft touches, wastemen, faded guys, and handpicked opponents. He beat Robert Guerrero, a recycled fighter for Heyman clients, for the vacant title. Then he defeated Samuel Vargas in a non-title bout. Fought Paulie Malignaggi in his first fight in the welterweight division. Very safe fight. And fought Peterson in a catchweight bout, who has no history in the division until he competed against Evanesian just very recently and won a regular strap. Is now in the mandatories for Keith Thurman. So Keith was talking shit about Manny Pacquiao, saying that he's an afterthought in the welterweight division. He's avoiding the division's best. But, Thurman shouldn't really talk shit about Pacquiao. I mean, Pacquiao's been there, done that. He's accomplished everything. He's got nothing left to prove. In a stage where he's going to fight where he's going to get the best financial package available to him. And it's not like you've been clamoring for a fight or you've even been trying to fight Manny Pacquiao. You called him out after the Porter fight and then you fucking disappeared. Because Daddy Al told you that's not the plan. You're not going to fight Manny Pacquiao. Daddy Al told you you're going to unify the titles in an in-house fight against Danny Garcia. And on free TV, and that's totally fine. It's a good fight. It's an interesting fight. It'll be one of the more significant fights of the year. And it's finally a chance for you to actually become an actual champion. But your career has been disappointing thus far. You're almost 29 years old, and you're finally going to fight an actual world champion. Look how long it's taking to get to this point. When Manny Pacquiao was at your age, at the same stage in your career, he was already a multiple-time world champion. He already tried to unify a division. He already defeated Hall of Fame caliber fighters, pound-for-pound level fighters. You have yet to done that in your career. You're still taking this first step to better, to higher reach, to a better recognition for your career. But beating Danny Garcia, in my opinion, doesn't make you the best of the division. If you really want that true accolade, you'll be considered, in my view, the weakest unified champion in boxing, because you won the WA strap by default, and you won. And if you defeat Danny Garcia, what does he really actually accomplish in the division? By your statements, Danny Garcia is going to be fighting the first true welterweight in his career. And yes, you can make that. You can make that statement. That statement is true. Danny Garcia has never fought someone with the size, power, and strength that you bring to the table. You're the biggest guy he's ever fought, and we're going to see how Danny can handle a true welterweight for the first time in his career. But Thurman, you shouldn't talk shit about Manny Pacquiao, bro. You haven't really tried to fight him. You called him out and disappeared. And you got some business matters to attend to. You got some unfinished business with Danny Garcia. Let's beat him, and let's see how your actions can back up your words in regards to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is still out there. Who knows who he's gonna fight next? Could be Horn, could be anybody else. But if he continues to win, and if you're not really trying to push for that fight, you're not going to be considered the best in the division. You need to defeat Manny Pacquiao if you want that at the lead. You need to defeat the winner of Brooks Spence if you even want to be considered the top two. Because if Brooke defeats Spence, if Manny Pacquiao keeps winning, those guys are the upper echelon of the welterweight division. Those guys are the best in the world. If you want to be considered the best in the world at 147 pounds, Keith Thurman, then I suggest you try to fight Manny Pacquiao before he retires. And also the winner of Brooks Spence sometime later this year. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.